back to Rat's Nest Hot Rods. We're still working on that 1965 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Quite obviously, we're removing the trunk weather stripping right now. Came out really easy, and we'll kind of speed this up because it's boring. Shorter video today. See how that works out for us. Main thing we're going to show here is the bumper removal off a 65 Caddy. And kind of some hidden bolts. They're actually hidden in the video too, but I'll kind of point that out when we get to them. So we're going to rock and roll through some of this weather stripping and pull some trim, pull the lights, and then get back to that bumper. Trying to keep everything clean here with the air as we go. And yeah, it's coming along good, but it is a lot of work, as you will see. We're also about to use the DIY penetrating lube. It is half ATF, automatic transmission fluid, and half acetone. It works really, really well. Give it a shot. We only soak these for maybe 20 minutes, but generally do it overnight. There's been a lot of studies, I think some YouTube videos about it working better in comparison with some of the big brand prepackaged stuff. So if you want to, give it a try. It'll save you a lot of money.
What's your name?
Lie on your back, hands clasped in back of neck. Knees are flexed with heels brought as close to the buttocks as possible.
Yes, and I am rolling down by the railroad tracks in my wool cab. A 76 Cadillac, I'm rolling around the corner where you stand. I'm a refugee.
One thing I do with everything I remove is label everything and package everything that could possibly get damaged, and that's what we're doing here. Taking these lenses out and the small chrome pieces, and those will get wrapped in some packing paper and put away in one of those Rubbermaid totes. We're opening up the manual now to try and figure out where all the bolts are in the bumper so that when I get my buddy Keith over here to help me, it goes smoothly. So these manuals are helpful, and man, they save a lot of time for me just flipping through them. Got it off eBay, and it's a lifesaver.
Down by the railroad tracks in my wool cab. A 76 Cadillac, I'm rolling.
All right, we're about to see where the hidden bolts are, and I wish I could have shot them better. I'm getting used to this head cam, but they're inside the fin, if you will, from the, inside the trunk. You get to them. It's a pretty simple 3/8 bolt with a nut on it. Just wind those off, and that'll let the whole bumper assembly come off the back of the Cadillac, and this will be exactly the same on the 66. And then you'll have 8 bolts, which you'll see coming off. I'll show a couple of them here and then skip the rest, but you got 8 bolts. They're really obvious down there which ones to take off, and if you leave the supports on, it's helpful. I did the front bumper and took everything apart, and I kind of wish I didn't. This is the way to do it all in one, and a little easier on the putting everything back together at the end of things. So there you go.
You better break it on down, baby, break it on down.
Always good to have a good neighbor. There's Buckus, the shop dog, always willing to help or smell people when they come over. Just explaining, I left a nut, or actually a bolt on each side, one single, one loose, just kind of hanging there, just in case, and I'm going to do the removal. I'm going to remove those, and then we're going to attempt to pull this thing off. As you can see, it's loose. What we found out is it's in there pretty snug, and you just basically pull it out, and the kind of the tangs or whatever, the supports that are pressing on the chassis kind of hold it in place, so we weren't in too much danger of that thing falling on my head. It came out pretty smooth and in one piece, as you see. Here we go. Slides right out. If we can get the dog out of the way, that would be helpful. And there you go. There's the whole bumper assembly and the back of the car, and it's in good shape. which I'm super happy about. Here we go, bagging stuff up. Like I said, I bag and label everything. Some of my friends think it's ridiculous, but when I go back to putting this stuff together, it makes my life easy. I lay it out on that 4x8 table, and it just gives me a good feeling about everything's going back into the right place. I'm not constantly looking through buckets of bolts. The other thing I do is usually replace these, so I like to, when I get to that point, I grab those original bolts, they're labeled, and then I run out to Tacoma screw or Fastenal and get some new ones. Putty knife action, the old seam seal is pretty well cracked off and fallen off, so I'm just going to do some cleanup here and keep it high speed. But the metal back here was in fabulous shape. I couldn't have asked for anything better there. Just a little bit of dirt and scrape the seam seal off, and we'll do a cleanup job here later in videos in the future before we go into epoxy primer. We'll probably blast some pieces if they're in some of the trickier spots. So I'll let you watch this and talk to you in a minute. One thing I forgot to take off was these kind of a weather strip, filler strip in between the rear quarter and the light assembly. So I'm grabbing those, and I'm sure those are wicked expensive on anywhere I try and buy them. So I'm going to save them. I'm not going to reuse them, but keeping all the clips and the goofy screw that came out of that top piece there, but basically some press-on clips and one screw on each one at the top. Not a big deal, but something to hang on to. So those will get bagged up and stored for later use.
And baby, I've just gotten used to not believing you. Oh, my little darling, I'm so in love with you.
All right, y'all, we're going to wrap this video up, and we'll be moving on to, I believe the next video, we're going to start stripping down the paint to epoxy prime the hood, trunk lid, and one of the doors, driver's side door. So we'll see that one upcoming. As always, thanks for watching. Like or dislike, and please subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. Peace and grease, sucker!